Mm. You-
Ah,
Already.
I was gonna be
Already.
so smooth. It was supposed to just pop on.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'll take us out of stream so we don't mess it up." And then, oh man,
Yeah.
messed up already. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us one more time. Hoping you're having a wonderful Monday night. Hope you have a drink in your hand if you're able to. If you are, have some of that information ready for us. We're going to want to know what you're drinking.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm Chris. That's Lyle. Back over in the back corner, we have. There we go. I think you'd think it'd be more intuitive than that. It's really not when you're staring at your screen. Got Danny Lewis from Devil's Canyon Brewing over here, or Home Brewing, I should say, and of course you guys remember Colby as well. And we're gonna sit and drink a little bit. We're gonna talk about home brewing tonight. Danny's got another hobby we're gonna bring up a little bit later. So if you guys have some thoughts about
Ooh.
ghost stories or something like that, maybe have them ready for us as well, and we'll talk a little bit about that. So,
You got
Lyle,
yeah.
how was your week?
Uh, it was good. It
Threw
was
him
good.
off.
I got a lot of I'm going through a home remodel, and actually,
I'm
I
aware.
just ran across an old cell phone with pictures of the last time I did a home remodel, which you were also involved in when I had
Oh,
termites and had to knock the wall out of my house. Um, but yeah, no, all in all, pretty good. It's a pretty good week. I got a bunch of doors hung thanks to Chris.
oh,
so,
yeah. We got a couple more left to go, but we're getting there.
so yeah, it was a good week. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wrote a couple half songs. Had a gig. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
All right.
Good week. Life is good.
All right. So, like I said, we've got a guest back here, Danny Lewis from Devil's Canyon Brewing or Home Brewing. I keep saying brewing. I guess it's home brewing is the correct thing because you're not a technical brewery, right? Okay. So, um, he's going to talk to us a little bit about some brewing processes. We're going to have, we shot an episode with him earlier, some of the beer that he had brought with us, which we're also drinking on here. And we'll talk about some of those as well. Um, we shot an episode with him earlier today, which it'll probably come out here in another probably almost month and a half before I get to it. But
You said that we hadn't had that beer before, and I'm almost certain we broke that out one night when Jared was here. Because I think
I've
you
never
gave me
had it.
two bottles of each.
I actually think I did. I did give you 2 bottles.
Danny's gonna back me up on this. It was really really good. Is there a chance that
Whatever.
got better or
It could have got better as it set in the bottle.
yeah? Okay, because I remember it being good the first time, but tonight for some reason it was just like it may have just been really hitting the spot, but it was just beautiful.
It was very good. Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to getting back at some more of them. Also, we're gonna give a quick shout out to our friends over at 4x4 Brewing. If you Lyle's got his shirt, I'm buttoned up. I don't have mine on. So they give us this awesome little sign back here in the back, which we talked about a little bit last week. So we're giving them some props. We've also got some of their beer sitting here and some shirts. They've been super kind to us. We're going to talk about them a little bit. Not to stomp on Danny's toes because he's also going to talk about his beer. So
Yeah.
But guess what, guys? We talk about beer on this show, so and there's more than one kind.
We also have another guest.
We also have another guest. We have that tequila guy. Oh, I thought you had your finger on that button. I'll do it.
No,
That tequila guy sitting right over here. We hadn't planned on drinking tequila, and then Colby's like, "Oh, I'll drink some tequila." I'm like, "Well, shock."
I asked Colby before he came in because we have some whiskeys off to the side here. I asked him to bring in some tequila to recommend. Colby, what tequila are we dealing with tonight that is your recommendation?
Tyler says our audio is super quiet, by the way.
This is one of yours. This is the Cadillo Rosa that you kind of rant and rave about.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not my favorite.
No, Lyle kind of likes.
Oh, which one?
The Rosa.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I think it's really, really interesting. Tyler, I'm working on the audio. Give me 1 second, man.
And this is the Ocho, which we actually sampled the last time I was here on this.
Yeah, no, I remember that one. Yeah, I've had a little bit of that actually.
I
Very, very good.
surely I have, but I can't remember it, so I might have to get up into that one a bit.
I think our audio is pretty low, and I'm not sure.
I don't know. In my head, we're really loud,
I know. Well,
but I have my own volume. I march to my own rhythm, and
I don't know if that's any better or not.
I don't know if it is or not.
I don't know. Every week there's something wrong with the audio. You would think I would figure it out. I don't. Never do. Oh. Maybe I got an idea.
Do you?
I don't know. Who knows? Is it Tyler? Is it everybody or is it just me? Or just them, rather?
He's already quit listening. Who knows? Ooh, I got really loud for some reason. Like really loud.
This is always good to like mess with the
Have to
audio
figure this out all at once.
on the fly every time. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with this stuff, man. Volume is very soft. Okay, everyone. All right, I'm working on it. All right, Chris,
Yes.
take this and let me work on this. Shade.
Oh, good. Nothing like just having to perform on the spot because that's what we want to have to do. All right, guys. Real quick, let's talk a little bit about what we're drinking. I know there's only a few guys out there right now, but more people's joining as we speak. So, what does everybody have in their hands right now? David, yeah, we've been told, and Lyle's trying to get that figure out. So, for you guys that are having trouble, sorry, we are working on it. Jared says it sounds fine on YouTube.
That's weird.
Patrick says he has to put us at max volume to hear. So give us just a second, guys. We are working on it. Don't know why it would be.
Yeah, I'm on.
Maybe all of you guys have your settings wrong.
That's it.
It's definitely everybody
yeah.
else, not us. Surely not.
Huh.
Albie
Well-
says it's low for him as well.
I don't know if that makes it better. Man, it's really blown out on our end if we jack it up, but maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we can turn ourselves down a little bit. Nope, I did it again. There we go. Yeah.
Who
We
knows?
sound fine if I turn down the headphones if you want to crank it up. So I don't know, man. I have
every
no clue what's going on.
week.
Yeah, we don't touch anything from the time we leave. When we get back, and everything is just completely.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know. Did that improve anything, guys?
Because it sounds like junk.
Yeah,
on
it
our
sounds
end.
terrible to us right now. Turning it up that loud, it sounds absolutely horrible. But if you guys can hear it and it sounds okay, then we'll call it.
We'll eat it.
We'll just suck it up and be done with it. So.
Oh man.
Oh, all right. Anyhow, what a mess. Okay, we did our shout out to 4 before, and
Says nothing changed. I think it might be something in.
so we had this weird thing happen when we first logged in. It wouldn't let us
check 1 2.
show any of our video. Our sound was all wonky. So
Yeah, I'll tell you what,
this could be something with StreamYard.
Chris. Can you All right, guys, hang on 1 second. Chris, can you take over? I'm gonna exit out of here and open up a new screen.
Boom. Oh yeah. It didn't screen.
So try to use that for a second. I'm gonna keep working. I've got
All right.
no.
When we unmute this, it's gonna go nuts. But
So try to use that. For
all right.
I'm gonna.
We're sorry, guys. I don't know why this is being stupid. We'll have to ask Danny all the questions that we just asked. We're sorry, guys. I don't know why this is being stupid. We'll have to ask Danny all the questions. Sorry, guys. I don't know why this.
So
Okay, I understand what you was trying to do now.
Yeah.
My bad. All right, so the complete loss of sound was my fault because when he asked me to do the takeover, I didn't realize we didn't get our own sound. So, okay. I think we'll wait to ask Danny questions though, because he's too far away from the computer.
Fair.
So,
Talk to him.
okay, I think it's time to just talk to the chat for a moment. Okay, chat. Let me go back here and catch up. Lyle's working diligently, going nuts, trying to click everything he can click. So we'll see if he's going to get this done or not.
You know what we can do? We can drink.
We can drink. We're going to
We
drink.
can
I've been drinking. I mean, if there's any time to drink, it's when everything's fucking up.
Now.
We can
Yeah.
have video of us drinking.
Let's see. Eureka, always says. I assume that means two. I turned it back on. Patrick, that sound was loud, but now it's super loud. Spoken too soon. All right, Jared's drinking Sazerac Rye. Patrick's got an old-fashioned. Patrick, you was drinking an old-fashioned the last time we did this.
The only thing you changed is my
Tyler, what are you drinking?
would it be my headphones?
Alfie, I know you're working, so you won't be drinking anything. And David says he's drinking milk. And Patrick needs to clean out his ears. I agree with all that. All right. Well, let's talk about the obvious white elephant in the room. Is there anybody here that thought the Browns was going to hang 48 points in that game last night? Holy crap.
Love it.
I mean, you know, I thought it was possible the Browns was going to beat them, but dear God almighty, 50 points almost in a game?
24 in the first quarter. Or
28.
28 in the
28 in the
28
first quarter. 28-0 with 2 minutes left before the half, as a matter of fact. That's got to be the most points ever scored by the Browns. That's also got to be the quickest. I don't know. I might be wrong on this, but I can't see how. That's got to be the quickest score in a game ever by any team.
I would say it would have to be the quickest defensive score.
Yeah,
For sure.
14 seconds, 7 points on the board. Yeah, and that, like Patrick said, and Steelers lost even though Ben threw for over 500 yards and still lost that game. Of course, he threw 4 of those passes to the other team, which, you know, that's never a good thing. Holy crap. That's Colby, stop. God damn it. Fucking get away from my glass. Look at that fucking glass of tequila. Jeez Louise.
Everybody's got the same. Don't whine.
Yeah, we're trying to fix the show, not
Yeah,
fix
Well,
the
no,
show.
he's fixing the show. You're entertainment.
I'm entertainment. I am the poorest entertainment you could ever ask for. I am literally not an entertainer.
I'm trying to get you in the mood to entertain.
Yeah. Same thing happened in Denver in a Super Bowl. High first snap of the game. Yeah, their center never got their crap together the entire night. I mean, I guess he kind of did at the end, but he was really off. A lot of high snaps, even to the kicker. He was really, really high. They just had a lot of stuff going wrong. I really thought they was going to pull it out. I suspect even by the end of the third quarter and them being up, what was that?
I'm restarting.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my ears, everything went dead in my head. I suspect even with at the end of the third quarter and them being up, I think they was up, 20-something, like three scores. I doubt anybody still thought for sure that the Browns would win, would be my guess. Because I didn't. I thought for sure they was going to throw it away. But they look pretty tight. So I will just say I'm happy we don't have to play the Steelers. Steelers always seem to be a thorn in Kansas City's side, so I think we'll be fine against the Browns, I hope. Let's not let that come back and bite us.
We may have to just use your laptop audio, and I can throw my screen in.
What's it doing? Sorry, we're still discussing about this audio. For some reason or another, we can't get audio to work through our mics.
I don't know. Else, it's just not coming into StreamYard for some reason.
Well, that is total crap.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
No. Do you want to? Is it better just do a YouTube stream?
Huh?
Can you just do, or without still screw up your
Yeah,
sound?
it's the
Same
same thing,
thing. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm suggesting.
Let me try one more thing. Keep going for just a second. And,
Oh, good. This is called vamping. I'm not very good at it.
Well, back to the Browns. Guess who's coming home? Kareem Hunt. So Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb with our front line on the defense. I don't know that we can handle them. I don't.
Maybe. I don't know. Hunt's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the few players I've ever really, really wished didn't have to leave.
Well, he
I
was
really
the leading
enjoyed him.
rusher when we let him go. He had the title for the NFL,
He is for.
but he had to slap on somebody and not act like a good guy.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with their decision. I just
Yeah, no, I don't
wish they didn't have to.
I think
Patrick says just sit here and plug up the gut where there's minimal sound issues and maximum opinion issues.
Oh,
Sounds right. Oh, man.
yeah. I don't know.
Well,
man.
we always plug up the gut.
That's very true. Huh. I have no idea. I guess it's going to be some big weird computer thing that's it's going to be an issue from going forward.
I have no. I mean, we give ourselves like plenty of time to have this fixed. So it sounded fine on our end. We didn't know it was wrong until you guys told us it was wrong, which is a real problem when you're in the middle of a live stream.
But it sounds fine on mine. It sounds fine on Jared's.
Yeah. So certain people say it was fine. So maybe it's just. No, I think Jared was on YouTube or Facebook though, wasn't he? No, Jared's on YouTube. So maybe it's just the Facebook group that can't hear anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, now I'm getting a weird. I'm not really getting much out of the headphones. Is all over the place.
Oh, I don't even know if my headphones on again.
Yeah, I don't know. We should have figured this out beforehand, but man,
Well, I didn't know it was
not-
wrong.
did
We
not
can't
think
figure
of
it out
that
if we don't know there's something wrong.
Sounded good beforehand.
Huh.
I don't know. If the YouTube side can hear us, we might just go back to that and see if everybody can run over to the YouTube side. And,
Yeah, that's true. Let me see if I can log into YouTube.
well, I mean, we won't have to. We can just go to.
No, I'm getting like a weird StreamYard issue.
So are you back on the?
No, I'm not even in the stream.
Oh, okay.
I'm not getting any audio from StreamYard from my computer. But I'm getting the audio is working from my computer, but StreamYard's not reading it. There was some weird like extension thing. I don't know if that was.
I don't even know what to say or think.
I don't think. I guess I could try Safari.
See, last week we was having this weird hum. And we come to find out it was some monitors that was on in the other room, or so we thought. But as we checked them out this week, monitors ain't on, or the monitors are on, and it's not humming again. But now we're having issues with, I guess, output levels. This is so freaking weird. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, what do we want to talk about? Since we're way off script at the moment. I don't even have the stuff in front of me to add to the stream.
I don't know. This is incredibly frustrating, but
All right. Well, what do you want to do with it? Do we want to just scrap that and we'll go off I'll move my laptop to the center?
Yeah, I think so. Let me. Yeah, go ahead. Let's shoot for that.
Go external for that camera on your laptop.
No, we can use his audio up here or his video.
Video, okay.
Yeah, we'll just have to use my laptop for a monitor or for a mic.
External into your laptop.
Center. If we had one, but I don't have that kind of. It'd have to be a shitty little 1/8" jack. So really, probably wouldn't be a whole lot better than what we are currently running.
3.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's just use your laptop audio, and we'll throw up We'll grab the headphones off of us because it'll feedback a little bit, or not feedback, but weird. Very, very weird.
All right. Well, scrap the headphones and.
Stream. We may have to do this. Or can we do a solo view? There we go. Let's try that. There we go.
Can you hear us now?
It's coming through my.
It's my face that makes the audio work.
I hate this shit. Oh, man.
All right. Does anybody know of a sound engineer we can hire
Yeah.
for free?
Oh, man.
Said my face makes the audio work. Okay.
I haven't even got to try my tequila. I've been clacking away trying to make this shit work.
Unplug these.
What was he doing?
Yeah.
It's sitting there.
Feeding back.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. There we go. Fine. This is what we're going to do for tonight. Weird. Now we're using that video, this audio. Okay. We got it squared away. It's going to be weird. I'm going to be like this so I can see what I'm clicking on, but
He can watch this.
Which one is this one?
Or
This one?
did we have? We had. Oh
This
no, yeah, no, we had this one.
So that one?
Yeah. Sorry.
The other one, it's not that I like the.
Tyler says he knows a sound guy and he's cheap to hire.
It's not that I like the Condigo Rosa. It's just I think it's really interesting. It's a different flavor.
It is a different flavor.
But this one is this one's in the rum and cognac barrels.
Yeah.
That's this one here.
I guess I should try that. I still haven't done it yet.
Okay, so Danny,
Don't gripe about how much you got.
we had you on. We fucked everything up. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Talk about your beer a little bit.
All right.
That is peppery.
It is peppery. Yes.
Okay.
I think
Sorry, go ahead. That was more than I expected.
Yeah, so you brought us a couple of sour ales.
So a couple sour ales, yeah.
And is it an ale, right? Is
It is
sour
an
an
ale.
ale?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because there's like ales and lagers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What's the difference?
Well,
Wait. I think I got this. Maybe.
Okay.
Is it
We got to hear this.
the difference between top fermented and bottom fermented?
that is exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lyle, please explain what top fermented and bottom fermented means.
I don't have a fucking clue. I
Okay.
got no idea.
Sounds like you're either a boob guy or a butt guy. I don't know.
That's pretty much what it boils down to.
Uh-huh.
One of them ferments out on. You'll have, like when you crack your primary fermenter open,
Uh-huh.
your top fermenting ale will have, which is your lager ale, will have a bunch of residue around the top, and your bottom fermenting ale will have a really thick layer in the bottom.
Okay.
What causes is like a heavier? Is it a heavier base to start with
yeah,
that causes
just-
the ferment in the bottom.
Yep, just the heavier base and just the way the yeast reacts. I'm not real
Well-
sure on that point, but
I assume that's going to change the way you have to draw it back out of the tank, right?
yeah. Well, my siphon tube has like about a half-inch cup on the bottom that it doesn't matter if it's top fermenting or bottom fermenting, that cup will stay up above all of the nasty stuff and not let it draw out.
What do you do with the nasty stuff?
I pitch it.
Okay.
Yeah, I throw it
So-
in my compost bin.
Well, that's just grains and stuff, though, right?
Well, that is just
the mash, the leftover.
The leftover mash you get rid of it after you mash out. What's left in the bottom is mainly your yeast
The
waste.
sludge, yeah. Okay.
It's basically a sludge. Yep. And I throw all of that in my compost bin and recirculate it and put it in my garden the next year.
Interesting.
Put them beers down here because we can't see them there now because they're being so.
Well, I did. I got up and stuck them right in front of the.
I didn't see you. I apologize,
I
sir.
stuck them right in front of the camera. I put them right in front of your face, as a matter of fact.
This is such a good view of Danny.
I know it's a
It
great
really
view of
is.
Daddy, right?
Isn't
It's the
it?
Danny Lewis show.
We should do
Hey,
this.
I'm Daddy.
We should do this more often.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so now I think we asked you a while ago, but was muted. You've been doing this for about 10 years.
Yep, I've been brewing for about 10 years.
And you got into this just because you wanted to know how it worked.
Yeah, just the mechanics of it and everything else. I've always been interested in how things work.
And how does it work? So
Well,
what did you discover in your journey, Danny?
I'm pretty much an old school brewer. I do a 3-tier gravity fed brewing, and which consists of a hot liquor tank, a mash tun, and a brew kettle.
Okay.
And then that's your day one, your brewing day, which is about a 6-hour process. You mash in first, and then after that you sparge the grains into which sparging is basically rinsing. That's basically what that term means. You rinse the grains into your boil kettle, your brew kettle, and you boil them out, and that's where you add your hops and any adjacents that you would add in there, which would be spices or any other sugars you want to add or anything like that. You would add them in there, and then from there it would go into a fermenter, and after your hard fermentation it would go into a secondary, and in your secondary you can dry hop or you can add more adjacents or whatever you want to add, and then you would keg it and bottle it after that.
So, how big of a tank are you talking about when you're doing this home? You're talking about what, like 2 5-gallon tanks? 3-gallon
use
tanks?
my hot liquor tank is 10-gallon. My mash tun is 10-gallon. My brew kettle is 15. Which
Hey, wow.
I use a 15-gallon brew kettle because I only do a 5-gallon batch. But you have a boil over, like anybody that knows anything about cooking. Once your sugars reach a certain point, they expand and foam, and that's the same in brewing. And when you have a 5-gallon batch, it can get messy at times if you're not careful. So I use a 15-gallon brew kettle just so I don't have to be there when it boils, if it boils over.
I'll
Which
be
it still could happen.
Got a question when you get a second.
All right,
Alright.
let's go for that. Hey, Danny, I have a question. What is the process to go from an idea to the final bottle that goes from the shelf, picking flavors and such? So how do you manage to, well, kind of like, let's take the, let's see, what do we got? Cucumber hibiscus sour ale.
Yeah.
So that sounds like a weird combination of words. How do you come up with that and end up with a label that says that?
Well, you first have to come up with a grain bill, and which is the grains you're going to use. And like my sours, they don't don't have any hops in them. I use a yeast that gives them their flavor, and it just the process of figuring out your different beer styles, studying your beer styles, and knowing.
So you said a while ago, just not to derail you too much, but when we was in the other room and we did your beers in there, you told us that a sour ale takes almost a year.
Yeah, it's about
before it's ready to go,
months.
which blew my mind. So in my head, I mean, I always thought it was like a few days, a week, something like that, week and a half, you'd be drinking beer.
Yeah.
And you're saying even the short term, you're talking about a 30-day turnaround. So you don't get to find out when you concoct this cucumber hibiscus ale in your head. You go, this sounds great. And you put all this stuff in. You don't even have any idea what it's going to be like.
It is a science experiment.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
it is definitely an experiment.
So do you take all the detailed notes and you know
Yes.
exactly what you've done? Because obviously if you
want
like
to
it,
reproduce it,
you're going to want that again.
I take pretty detailed notes. I have temperatures are pretty critical in brewing. I mean, even your mash temperatures, you have a certain temperature that'll give you like your more traditional American ales, like your Budweiser, they'll finish really crisp. Like like and like your let's say your porters and your stouts will give a really, really creamy feel in your mouth. I mean, that a lot of that has to do with like the temperature that you mash in at. And so, and that temperature range is about 5 degrees difference.
So what does it do if you get it too hot, too cold? What does that do to your flavor or the beer in general?
It just, it changes the mouthfeel of it, basically. I mean, it rests different on your palate. Like I say, it's either like it finishes really, really sharp or it finishes really, really creamy.
Okay.
And like I say, it's kind of a critical, well, we'll say 10 degrees difference in between like 150 to 160 degrees.
And if it's higher, it's going to be more bitter? Creamy. Okay.
Creamy. It'll be more creamy. Yeah.
Okay.
And most of your bitterness comes from your hops, and actually what you bottle it in. Like say if you've noticed like St. Paul Girl and Grolsch and Heineken, beers like that have like a skunky flavor to them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
That's a green bottle, and even like Corona in a clear bottle has a skunky flavor to it. And like your brown amber bottles, like I only use the brown amber because they block sunlight out and they don't give that skunky flavor.
So like light degradation, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
cool.
basically light penetration of the bottle. And
We did an episode on that a long time ago.
We did a long time ago.
Long
That's
time
probably
ago.
going to be on the way back Wednesday.
clear bottles
So.
though, because I'm all about the skin.
you like the skunk?
I just
gonna
say,
I can
it's-
definitely bottle you some.
It's
some clear
fine.
bottles. Yeah.
You
For
like
what
Corona.
it is. No, for what it is. There's times it's the best.
It
What are you
is,
leaving with that?
and I do like
Yes.
Heineken and the other skunky beers.
So Alvy says, how often you get something back that goes to the trash? He's friends with those taste bud guys. Nothing goes in the trash. Alvy. We're not even his friends that drink the most.
It's been quite a while since I've had a batch that I've dumped down the drain. I mean, it's been a little while.
Well, it sounds like it's very labor intensive. If it takes 9.5 months, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm like a Miller Lite guy, but if it took me 9.5 months to make it, I'm going to drink it.
Miller Lite would be about a month. I mean, I make I call it lawn chair light. It's basically a light beer. It compares with your Bud Light or Miller Lite or any of your light beers. It's 3.8% alcohol, and it finishes out in right about a month. I mean,
Can you up that
from
on the
brew day?
3.8?
Yes, I mean I can add more sugars, dissolvable sugars and things like that. I can basically formulate it.
Will that-
talking dirty to
Will
Lyle
that
right
change
now.
the way? Will that change the way it tastes as well?
feel good.
It'll give it more. it'll change the flavor of it a little bit, but not a whole lot. I mean, it'll still be. I mean, it's
How do I get to? What's your dill pickle sour set at?
my dill pickle is 5.1. The cucumber hibiscus is 4.9%.
All right, those first of all for sours, those are pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, let's say I wanted to take that 5.1 to 9.1.
Can you do that with a sour?
You could add more sugars.
Tell me yes.
Yes, it could be done. I mean, you could bump it up, but it would probably be it'd finish out more harsh. It wouldn't have the smoothness that those beers have. It would
have more alcohol in it.
But it would have more alcohol. Yes.
Okay. So what's the difference in your process if you're going to let's pitch out the sour since they take so much longer. But let's say a Pilsner or a lager versus doing a porter or a stout or something. So what is the difference in the process to achieve the end result for those?
It's basically your grain bill, the grains that you put in. Like my lawn chair light is I use right about 7 pounds of grain for it, and and like I said, it's 3.8% alcohol. Those sours I used, it's right about 10 pounds of grain, and my porters and stouts, and I do a white rhino wheat that they're up around probably, I think they're 12 pounds. So it's basically the amount of grains, the weight of grains that you use. And I mean, you can add sugars too. I mean, you can use I've got an IPA that I make that I use dry malt extract in, which that basically bumps your alcohol content and your sugar. I mean, it's just I'm
trying not to smile about this. It goes up.
The lawn chair at about a 7 or an 8 is the perfect beer for me.
Yeah.
So
I mean, because
it's an all-day drinker.
That,
you can drink it all day long.
But I don't have to chug it to get my happy face on.
Exactly.
And I can nurse that. That's
does
where I am.
brewing a certain type of beer just always indicate that you're? I mean, and I say this because it typically does when you're buying off the shelf. If you buy a lager or a pilsner, you know it's going to be somewhere between 4 and 5%.
Mm-hmm.
If you buy a stout, it's probably going to be anywhere. I mean, some go really high, but let's say 5 to 8. Something like that. You buy an IPA, it's almost certainly going to be 5 to 8. So is there something in that process with each individual one that kind of requires it to, at its base level, become a certain ABV?
Yeah, I mean, they all have certain ABVs that is kind of in the requirements. But I mean, you can make there's really no rules to it. I mean, it's basically whatever goes. I mean, I've had people hand me what they called an IPA, and it tasted like just a regular lager.
We had a 15.1% Pilsner.
Are you talking about the
Pilsner?
The crazy
brewski? Yeah. Yeah, 15.1% Pilsner one time.
Let me see if I can find that.
Now, it didn't taste anything like a Pilsner. It tasted like rocket fuel.
Yeah.
It was
And see,
kind of terrible.
But Lyle's smiling the whole time you say that.
No, it was. I would totally get it again.
Look at this. Hang on a second. I can see. I got to find a better picture of the bottle.
That's a terrible picture.
That's what you get into when you add more dissolvable sugars to it. I mean, you get to where it tastes more like rocket fuel than it.
Yeah, it wasn't by any stretch of the imagination. It wasn't good by any stretch of the imagination.
That's why I like to. I mean, I like to get as much of my sugars out of the grain as I can.
It comes with a giant tag that says 15%. Oh wait, that's a different label.
That's a different. Yeah.
That's a gal. We have this bad boy on our shelves, don't we?
Something similar. I thought it was a white label, but I don't know.
I think it's that.
I think it was the white background of that one. I don't know. Go up there and look
I'd
up our episode of that. You'll find it.
I'd
Yeah.
be interested in trying it. I'll have to look that one up.
So it really tasted more like a almost like a
almost distilled, kind of.
like a Belgian ale or something.
Yeah,
It was
like a double or a triple. Because the sugary sweetness and the thickness was so.
Yeah, when you get into your
lingering.
triples and things like that, I mean, you're using like specialty yeast and things that.
But it wasn't bad. And
No,
the
it
real
was
kicker,
bad. It was just freaking weird.
it was 15% for like it was a full pint, right? Full pint.
Yeah,
bottle.
no, it was a tall bottle. Yeah.
Full pint bottle, 15%, and it was $1.50, $2.
Yeah, something like that. I think it was $2.50 or something like that. It wasn't very
I
much.
think it might have been a bomber, like a small bomber.
Yeah, it was just like
But all I know is that I get it mixed up with the other. Well, you also got that one, and you got a Russian Imperial Stout that was set at like 12 or 13% for like $1 something. I was like, yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Give me the cheap, good booze. Yeah.
See, that one was brewed in Rinkushke. Remember?
Yeah. Rakuski.
Yeah, something like that.
You have a special delivery coming in.
It's probably our bottle, I imagine.
Oh, do we have the bottle?
Maybe. But
Oh, there it
I
is.
told you it was the white label.
Is it really?
It's $3.47
There you go.
because apparently I left the sticker on.
Oh, I like to embellish my stories, my prices.
Your story sounded so much better.
I know.
Dead.
Chris is
Dead.
such a natty poo.
Hey, you know the kicker about telling stories is you bend the truth just a little bit where it's still believable, but it makes. So this is a side tangent, but there's.
All right, tangent quick. So I got another follow-up question about the ABV thing.
Never mind. Go ahead. It's a long tangent.
All right. Samuel Adams makes
Hey, Vanessa.
Utopia,
Utopia.
At about
22.
40%, I think. Is it 20?
I thought it was like 22 to 25. I could be wrong.
I could absolutely be wrong. So I've only looked at it
Yeah.
once or twice. What the heck are they doing? And
That's the yeast they're using. The like your regular yeast will only tolerate before it dies from alcohol poisoning, basically up to about 22%. That is possible.
Oh my
Your
god.
yeast can,
his middle name is
that's
I
what-
don't believe it.
Oh no! Oh
This is-
no!
this is-
Challenge
this is
accepted.
this is Lyle Yeast Strickland.
But your yeast will only tolerate up to about probably 17 to 18%. They make a turbo yeast
That's plenty.
that will tolerate up to like 22. I think it's like turbo Lyle yeast is the name.
Holy smokes!
I mean,
But
I feel
it'll
like
tolerate
I
up
would
to
probably buy some
22%.
Turbo Strickland if we could make that lawn chair.
That actually,
give me some Turbo Strickland.
that,
I have 2 glasses.
that gives me an idea.
What, Turbo Strickland?
Yeah, I could make my lawn chair light with the turbo yeast and call it Turbo Strickland.
There you go. Hey,
He's already got a mead
He
with his
does.
picture on
I
it.
do
Yeah.
have a mead.
Troubadour.
Falling
Troubadour.
down,
Yeah,
falling down on a guitar.
Yeah, I face planted on a $7,000 guitar.
Yeah, and how much did it cost to get that guitar fixed?
It's $600. He goes. Here's the
Hey,
thing.
we
here."
got a incoming call from Big Giant Head.
Oh, let's see.
What?
Oh, the Sam Adams Utopias.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, those are similar.
Sorry, this is really tough. I ain't got my glasses on, so I can't see that clear enough. So this one I have to lean out like this to see, which makes me look stupid on camera and
Yeah.
cover up all of Colby.
So these are kind of similar,
You're all right.
Yeah, that's the Utopia there. But I mean, if you get over like
Should I let Sam Adams know my location?
22 to 25% alcohol, you've got some kind of distilling going on. I mean, that's because your yeast will only survive up to so.
And listen,
does it say how much it is? What the ABV that is?
I mean, I'm sure it does somewhere, right? It's probably at the very bottom.
Probably
Oh,
Yep, there we go. 28.
28. Yeah, so it's right about that limit. I mean, it's probably right at the limit to where.
so here's the thing.
But it said 22 by weight, 28 by volume.
yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
difference in that? Why would they put that on there?
Probably your weight would be I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on this, but I would say your weight would
It's
be.
not like you're on the internet or anything. I mean, nobody will ever remember this.
This is just a
I've seen it on the internet,
guess.
so it's got to be true.
That's right.
This is just a guess, but your weight by volume is like you're finished out, and your whatever the other one was would be like your before your boil and after it'd be your sugar content by like how they figure. There's a calculation used to figure ABV, and I can't think of it right now. You'd think as many times as I've done it, I'd remember it off the top of my head, but I don't. But
And that's based off gravity?
yes, specific gravity. You
Okay.
take it's your specific gravity. I do a pre-boil gravity too, which is, I would assume that's where your other number would figure in, your pre-boil gravity, and then your after boil gravity, which is your first gravity or your original gravity, and then your final gravity, which is after it's fermented out and everything, which specific gravity of water is right around 1, so it should be right. It should be close to 1.
Give me some
I just poured mine.
But then you subtract those two and multiply it by 125, I think, or I don't know. It's something like that, and then that gives you a percentage of alcohol. And I mean that's how you figure your ABV.
So how accurate is that? I mean, is it very repeatable? You're always going to be super specific.
Mine has been pretty. I mean, it's been pretty steady. I mean, I've had.
All right. So let's real quickly change topics just a little bit.
I want to give a real quick shout out to Patrick, if he's still watching, from Up the Gut.
Up the gut.
I've been craving this Bradshaw Kentucky Straight Bourbon from Terry Bradshaw.
Did you win any of Terry Bradshaw's money?
I did not.
That's the thing.
What money? His money? What?
Yeah, he's giving away money every weekend on the NFL. You say you got like 6 picks. You have to pick in a game.
He don't watch the NFL. He looks at the
Oh
picks the
yes,
next
he just
day
watches. What's
and
the
goes-
running back's name?
I'll have it.
Oh, Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry.
He just watches Derrick Henry.
who is not playing anymore, so don't say anything about he's out for the rest of the
I
season.
watched that game, and
The Ravens beat Derrick Henry.
Can I have a shot of that?
Oh yeah. No, I'm sorry, bud. I know.
You're all right.
That seems like a terrible host, Gunny.
So, So no, we did this bourbon with Patrick on Up the Gut for his Christmas episode, and it wasn't anything that I was like mind blowing good at first, but I kind of like just craved it over the last few days. That's pretty damn good, you know.
Back to my story though. Terry Bradshaw is giving away like $150,000 this past weekend.
Okay.
You have to pick 6 different aspects of a game, the points, blah, 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 blah. But if you win, they give you $150,000. Each weekend is different. So I thought you being the football entrepreneur that you are, you would have known that.
Yes, I'm into football. I am a football guy. Yes. No. I didn't watch football until I got to college, and they paired me. I was head first into music. So all I did was music stuff.
I imagine more getting bananas than paired, but whatever. To each their own.
I was head first into music. It's all I did. And I don't know, they stuck me like, they chose like roommates by random. And I was like, oh my God, like I'm going to be in a small space with 3 other dudes. Like, this isn't going to go well. I need something to talk about. Pick a sport, any sport. And I was like, I Chiefs. I like the Chiefs. I had a Chiefs helmet when I was 10. Like, let's do that. I'll watch the Chiefs. And then I really got into it. And I do really, really enjoy football. But I basically follow my favorite teams, and that's about it. I'd love to. I don't have enough time to follow the whole league. And by God, like Jason, who's like so into college ball, like Saturdays I never have time. I was
Yeah.
always on the road doing shows and stuff. Now,
College
not so
ball,
much
and
anymore.
Jason does follow college
Oh,
ball.
he's a
pretty
college
hard.
baller,
Yes,
crazy.
he does. And I can't do that either.
And it's also a little like disappointing to me because like I'm like college ball, like I'm like there's no way this guy's not going to stick around for more than 4 years, probably, right? I mean, I assume that's the lifespan of college, maybe 5 if it's a super senior. But like at least at the NFL, like you can be like, that guy's a broke down motherfucker, but like he's gonna stick around and like try to make it. And like, I mean, we have right. I mean, like,
Yeah,
there's some
exactly.
Roethlisberger.
I was going there with that one too. Roethlisberger.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
okay.
Even like like pro football. I mean, I try to all the guys at work. I mean, they follow it, and it's hard for me to keep up. And I'm eventually like, hey, you guys want to talk about guitars or something?
Yeah. It's a weird deal. You gotta have, and that's, I mean, listen, I mean that's a social thing, anyways, right? You have to have some social currency.
Yeah.
Something
Did you
to
try
talk-
badminton? Maybe badminton would have been, with your roommates.
No.
No, not that. Not
I-
that.
I'll have to
I
bring
did
that
luck
one
out
up.
that in that like they were one dude was a basically a big video gamer. The other guy was a big band nerd, and the other dude, I don't know. I will say also I didn't last long. They kicked me out in like 2 months. So
They kicked you out.
well,
You got voted off the island at SMS.
I had a bit of a panic breakdown. Yeah.
All right. Patrick says we guys, us taste buds made the new up the gut opening. I don't know. What did we make, Patrick? I don't even know what you're talking
You've
about.
made his new opening. He had an opening on the up the gut is the way I take that.
Okay, I assume it was like a title page thing. So we'll have to let him explain that one.
Yeah.
You just said some
Oh,
yesterday.
the
Some
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw bourbon.
What do you think?
I haven't
Um,
had it yet.
Oh.
I was on badminton.
LV likes who sings that song Gravity?
Was he
Is that
talking
John Mayer? No,
Was he
I
talking
think
about
John
the
Mayer.
song Gravity or like beer Gravity?
He's probably
for
talking about Beer
ABV?
Gravity, but I was throwing him under the bus with liking whoever the hell
John
sings
Mayer?
that. John Mayer. Yeah.
Hey, that's a damn good song. Just saying.
Yeah, okay.
It is.
Cheers, Dickie. Good to see you again. We're having audio problems. Sorry if it sounds different. If you just got on, we're screwed tonight, but whatever.
Yeah, thanks for the shout out, by the way. Dickie's
Hey.
beer reviews.
You guys have probably seen Dickie on here before. We had him
Yeah.
on several episodes ago.
What would you
That may be like our second live or something like that. Anyways,
Either
he
Dill
gave us a
Pickles
shout
or-
out on one of his live episodes the other night.
You
So
know,
if you guys get a chance,
we can
check
have
him
a
out.
4x4 too, if you want one. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever you guys.
Well,
Let's split a 4x4.
all right.
I
So, we're doing
want
four-
I want to get to your beer because I want to have another one.
so here's the thing. I'm torn because we haven't done the koozie cam, so we need a beer to put in the koozie cam. We wanted to call out 4x4. We've also got Danny's beer on here, so I think we mix it up a little bit. You want a 4x4?
I want a 4x4.
Which one? We have Parkside Pineapple and Java the Colch.
I knew you were going to make me choose. I think, yeah, and you know what I want, but like, yeah. Okay.
I'm up for the pineapple.
Are you
Yeah,
okay? That's where I was
yeah.
hesitating.
Split or you want your own?
They can split, and then I'll split with you.
Oh, you should do the Java the Colch then, so we can all have a little bit of each.
The job of
Or
the
we
I
should
was
coach.
doing dill pickle beer.
Yeah, me and Chris are doing dill pickle.
So
Java's.
Yeah.
It's probably a coffee stout, isn't it?
It's a coffee blonde.
Coffee blonde.
coffee
Really?
blonde.
You want to try
You
that
want
one?
your own?
It's
Here.
good.
There you go. There you go. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you, 4x4.
Yeah. So
That's right.
actually, I missed one koozie here. You're a Royals fan. Well, here I'll give you SBC. I'll do Sam Adams. So first of all, we're not hiding 4x4. We're actually, but we got to do our koozie thing. So
Yes, true.
I can't get it in the hole. Well, there it goes. All right.
There's so many dick jokes.
I know.
Dick jokes.
I know. So if you will please do the koozie cam, we will get this knocked out as soon as I find the koozie cam graphic.
All right.
Found it. It's ready.
Okay.
Our first koozie cam is brought to you by Springfield Brewery Company.
I give into beer pressure.
He gives in the beer pressure. This is SBC. It's a local brewery out of Springfield, Missouri. I don't know how I ended up with one of their things, but I assume
They've really gotten quite a bit better over the last several years, but like
I say that every year.
their stuff is
Yeah.
really, really good now.
So I mean, yeah,
No.
decent stuff.
Is it as good as
4x4?
Java the Kolsch?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's something you guys probably should find out. I get a can of each. I'm not going to say because I'm not throwing any of our local breweries under the bus, but I like them all. Next one is brought to you by not a local brewery, Sam Adams, the largest small brewery, the smallest large brewery. I don't know how you want to say that's $1 billion freaking brewery that done merged with Dogfish Head and somehow still managed to call themselves a craft brewery. But, you know, laws.
The Sam 76.
Sam 76.
They're like light.
I think. Did they send us?
Confused with the Cobra?
Did they send us those? Where'd we get them?
No,
SBC I probably picked up in Springfield at one of the.
Sam didn't send us one.
Okay, Sam. I don't know where we got that Sam's one. And shout out to Patrick Mahomes for owning half the Kansas City Royals. Not half, but part of the Kansas City Royals. I corrected myself.
Yeah, buddy.
So if you like baseball, I mean, and you don't have a team to root for, I'd say that's
$500 billion or $1 million or whatever he's got. He could own half if he wanted to.
Let's go with that. I'm not necessarily a Royals fan, but okay, whatever. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase it. I'm not necessarily a baseball fan. Give me my fucking beer, you ass.
It's really good. I'm a little. No, I'm torn. There's so many good beers on the table right now. I want all of them. What do you think of that?
That is the problem about having several different places.
It's got a good coffee flavor to it for sure. And it doesn't have the stout like.
But if you guys like good beer,
being
then
a blonde, I mean, I definitely
great. That's what
like
you
it.
want is to have multiple choices.
I'm not really fond of the stouts and the porters. But this right here, this is good.
Well, Danny, one day you'll grow up. So you'll like dark beers. You'll think barrel age is where it's at.
Hey, just like 6 months ago, I wouldn't drink anything but Miller Lite. Look at me go.
Look at them go.
And when I got into brewing, I absolutely hated IPAs. I mean, I freaking hated them. They were horrible.
Yeah, ditto.
And I mean, now they're one of my favorite beers. I mean, I love them. They are definitely one of my favorite beers.
Should have given full before another level. Always talking about them, and I'm late. So,
if you like the Java the Kolsch from 4x4, they do have a like a imperial or a barrel aged. It's like 10%.
9.3, I think is what it was. I could be wrong. I mean,
but it's a stout, but it's still blonde, like
yeah, but it's barrel aged. Yeah.
They also have a ginger sour.
They have a ginger sour that's quite good.
Actually good. And I don't even like ginger, and I think it's a really good beer. Okay, let's switch gears for just a second because we're running over an hour, and we got a whole other topic I want to talk to him about for just a minute. But you are a home brewery, and you do wine. You make wine.
I do wine.
You're a vintner.
Do wine.
Do.
Yes,
that's what I was having. I was like, you do brew,
do,
but you don't brew wine. You vent your wine. Is that right? What do you
ferment
do?
Wine.
I'm a winemaker.
Winemaker.
I'm a winemaker.
All right,
we'll call it.
That's what we call it. All right, so I've got a few of his bottles I'm going to hold up here, and if you want to talk a little bit about your process of winemaking and how that differs from brewing.
Yeah, tell me about. So, is this a dry white?
Yeah, it's not as dry as what I wanted it to be.
But it's fairly dry.
It's fairly dry. The apple is actually drier than the dry white.
So I'm really fascinated with fruit wines because everyone tends to like I mean it's like wines like what variety of grape is this and stuff, and like fruit wines are like country wines, right? Typically they're like
I guess
country folk.
I'm really like my knowledge of wines doesn't even come close to comparing with my brewing knowledge. Mm-hmm. Just because I got into it because a lot of my friends that would come over and drink my beers would they would bring their wives with them, and their wives didn't like beer, so I thought, well, I'm gonna kick my toe into winemaking and try to just see where it goes. And I've made some pretty decent wines.
Sorry.
You went from a pineapple to a dill?
How did that
work, Lyle?
That didn't work at all. Oh my God. Why did I fall for that? So I had this nice, beautiful sour beer that I'm rolling with. It's great. It's so good. Parkside Pineapple, also good beer, nice IPA, but it's more West Coast style where it's got that great big bitter end that Lyle likes. And you can't do that. You can't switch beers in the middle of that and survive.
I can only imagine how awful it was on your end because it was awful on my end. Like, that's bad both ways.
That was just terrible.
That's a beautiful beer.
Sometimes you could take two good beers and really mess yourself up, and I fell for that.
I'm all about awful. Let's try this, guys.
All right. Which one do you want? My experience or Chris's experience?
Let's go Chris's experience.
Holy moly,
Here's
what
your
a deal.
Dill pickle sour ale.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it is fantastic. Let's follow that up with some pineapple IPA.
That's good too, but they
They
don't mix.
They conflict, I believe, as
they do conflict.
Oh,
talk
man.
about polar opposites taste bud. That's just that's unfair.
It's different ends of the spectrum for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
So,
All right.
Okay, so the wine thing, you kind of you dabble in a little bit.
Yeah, I make like fruit wines. Basically, all of my wines come from extracts. I don't do any of my own pressing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Which I'd love to get into it, and in the future I will.
Yeah.
Get into it, but I basically buy all of my wines as an extract, and I add the extra sugars and everything, and
Talk to me about. So you were talking about this with beer about malt extract.
Yes.
Brewing, right? So is there a cost benefit to that, or is there a flavor benefit? Like what's or is it purely just like I want to try this on my own, and this is an easy way to get into it, step into it.
Yeah, I mean it is an easy way. Your extract is an easy way to step into it, but I like to compare it to like baking a cake.
Uh-huh.
Like you can buy a cake mix.
Yeah.
But you're limited to what's in that box of that cake mix.
Yeah.
Where if you make a cake from scratch, you use your own ingredients, you flavor. I mean, you have your own specific flavors to that. It's basically control of what the
flavor profile.
The flavor profiles.
Man, I've never had bacon cake, but it sounds delicious.
It does sound delicious.
But cost wise, like is it?
Cost wise, your extract brewing is going to be a little bit more expensive than your all grain brewing.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of like what production of what you get versus like going to the store and picking up a 12-pack of a craft beer.
Of a craft beer, it is. To be honest, it's really not all that much difference. I mean, it's a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit cheaper to brew your own, but as far as
then you got labor in it.
Yes, you've got your labor.
But then you have labor in it. You can be like this. I made this shit.
It's exactly right.
Is wine the same thing?
Wine is the same thing.
Okay.
I mean, you can make wine a little bit cheaper than you can buy it.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Are we ready to move to my favorite topic?
Oh, I guess so.
It's not even my favorite topic.
Well,
I'm just
okay.
I'm
one real quick. Just Albie has a question: koozie or koozie?
Okay.
I think K is the correct way, but I'm definitely guilty of fast spelling and using a C.
I do think K is the best way.
Yeah,
that's
but I have definitely.
I don't even know.
Now I don't even know how I spelled it. What did I do on my thing?
Politically correct way.
Did I? Oh, see, I spelled it with a C on the graphic.
I think K is.
K is what shows up.
Okay, like I said, I think K is the right way, but I've been guilty, including of on our banner, of doing it with a C.
Yep.
Did you type in both C or K?
No.
Try with C.
How to spell koozie with a C?
It shows up K. Oh, there's one.
No, that's
wait. Here's an actual koozies or koozies. Put this on your deal. Okay. Bring us up.
1 second here.
This takes a second. We're getting to it. All right, we're gonna settle this debate right now. Well, probably not, but
where is it? Which one?
I know you don't keep 400 tabs open in mine. I know right which one to hit.
It starts with good.
Don't hit the porn. All right.
All right.
What do they say?
Let's zoom.
Because I can't read that far.
Yeah, I can't read that far either. There you go.
Z. The answer is have it your way. All right.
Ooh, like Burger King. That's what it says, like Burger King.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
So either way is right.
Either way.
I like that
So
the ads are all with a C.
So I don't have to rebuild that graphic.
Yeah.
You don't.
You don't have to.
I'm just going to say I like it with a K.
I like it with a K too.
I'm
with you.
I'm going to say that Alvy likes it with a K, and I think you should rebuild the graphic.
Oh, okay. Well, we might. We'll see. We'll see how that goes for you. If I do that, K is going to be bright red next time we do it, though.
Why bright red?
Because I want to make sure it stands out. You know that I changed it. 'Cause look, here, look. That'll be a bright red K. And if we didn't have to have this computer for a microphone right now, I'd do it in this very second because I suspect I saved that file and I could change it real quick, but maybe not.
All right.
All right.
Ghost hunting.
Ghost hunting.
Ghost hunting.
Okay.
I love it.
First, let's talk about
Do you call it
How in
ghost
the world-
hunting or paranormal activity?
I call it paranormal investigation.
All right.
That's what I call it.
all right, little people. So politically
Are
correct.
we hunting the Lilliputians or what, Chris?
Politically correct. Okay. So first question, how and why did you get into this? Because I suspect everybody here has an interest for different reasons.
I got into it because of just experiences I've had throughout my life and things like that. And I've just wanted, like I said, basically the same reason I got into brewing was just to find out how it works and things like that. I've always believed that, that.
Sorry, not you.
That's all right.
What are you doing?
I just whispered, like, while Danny was like in his like big talk and like explaining himself very sternly and like serious about this really cool subject, I just whisper, "You dick,"
To me.
to Colby, because I was like, I saw him empty his glass. Which, real quick tangent, what do you think of the Bradshaw bourbon?
I love it. It's good stuff. Yes.
So, in the middle of it, I watched Colby empty his glass, and then I spy behind him another bottle of tequila.
That
Which
Chris
is-
didn't even see.
I just believe in paranormal and all, everything about it. I do think that there's stuff that goes on this earth after we pass away, and I think spirits can stick around. And
I just watched this. Maybe you've already seen it on Netflix. There's a new series about death and near-death experiences. I can't remember what it's called. I literally just watched it yesterday. The first episode was on near-death experiences.
I see it.
I haven't
You don't
seen
talk-
it, but I
yes.
know what you're talking about. I can't
It's
think of the
pretty
name of it
weird,
either.
man.
Yeah.
Like, there's a girl on there that's she was or is a surgeon, I think, and she went kayaking in like Peru, and she went down a waterfall because the small waterfall was like clogged by another kayaker. Literally, she was like, I'm on this trip and I'm going down the river, and there's a small waterfall where we're all supposed to go, but someone messes up, and there's a kayak like lodged this way across the waterfall, and immediately in my mind, I'm like, that's me. Like I'm the one that caused this shit. So she has to go down to the big one, and she goes down, and she said she was like brain dead for like half an hour. Yeah, I don't know. It's a very freaky deaky.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll have to check
thing
it
where you
out.
watch it and you're like,
I've been wanting to watch it.
All I could think about when you said brain dead for half an hour was that 25% Strickland lawn chair or whatever we're going to call it.
yeah, yep, it's good. I'm glad I can be known for something. It's good. So, are we?
Well, we're going to in a second.
Okay.
So
I'm jumping the gun. I'm
why
very excited.
are you interested?
For the simple fact that the human body is energy.
It is energy. Yeah, I mean
Mhm.
that's
And
physics. I mean,
And it cannot
be destroyed or created. Energy
Yeah,
is
it's
energy.
energy.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I myself am a believer.
Where
I'm not a skeptic. I am a full-fledged believer.
Where does your energy go when you die?
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that is one of the reasons why I believe too. I mean, because
It has to do something.
it does have to do something.
So I have a
you
curiosity
guys-
about it.
Do you guys believe in ghosts?
Do you have a story about ghosts? I don't know if we'll
And
have
it doesn't
time to
have
get
be
to it tonight,
ghosts.
but
I mean, don't
Yeah,
think about the
so
haunting part of it.
here's the point I wanted to make about
Energy,
that.
Yeah, I mean,
With what we call ghosts, I don't think we necessarily understand.
I don't
And what
think
we
we do
what
either.
we call
Yeah.
ghosts may not necessarily be the ghost as we
I think
interpret it right now.
I think there is a lot more like friendly activity, like maybe like poltergeist activity, friendly, like, like maybe friends or family members just wanting to say, "Hey, I'm here," as opposed to like demonology.
Yeah,
and
I
things
totally believe
things
that,
like
yeah.
that.
So I have a few different
that's
sides
the
on
part
this.
that I'm interested in, as opposed to
Yeah.
I know people who think any ghost would be considered demonology, and I don't agree with that at all. However, I have two different sides that I've tossed around in my head for quite a while, and one of them, and I think the one I lean largely towards, is hi Barbara. I don't know Barbara, I don't think, but hi Barbara. One of my leads
She
mostly
owns, like,
towards.
supermarket up here.
Oh, okay.
No.
Woods.
Yeah.
The ghost hunters. Why we're that's probably true. We made that joke when Danny came in and knocked.
Sorry,
the phone.
guys. That's my family. They weren't drinkers.
I think one of the things that I think about as far as the ghost stories where you see the common one where everybody says, "Oh, well, at midnight she walks down the stairs and goes through that wall."
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily sure that I believe that's a ghost as much as it's a recorded activity, like a time stamp so much.
yes. Yeah.
Versus what we're going to talk about in a little bit, which is EVPs.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how I explain that. I'm still not 100% sure I believe that is a spirit talking from this side, as much as I probably believe it's more of a parallel dimension. And like maybe somebody literally trying to do the same thing somewhere else, and we're crossing waves at the same time. The reason I come back to that is I think a lot of the times when we do EVPs also is, you know what Tulpa is? Danny, you know anybody Tulpas? Okay, Tulpa is a being created from enough people believing or thinking, wishing, speaking at the same time to give an item or energy power. So if you want to be really like fringe God, enough people believes in one thing, it's
Then-
real.
This
Yeah,
goes
then
back
it's
to, like,
real.
okay,
I mean, that's
I
like
was just saying,
they're
where'd
like-
you come up? Like, where did you first hear of this term? Because like,
yeah.
I'm not saying I disagree.
So I've actually heard
If
of that.
enough
but
people
I didn't
believe it
recognize
is.
it.
Well,
Yeah.
the reason I say
I mean,
it's like sometimes the EVPs, you'll say everybody sit in one room, you ask a question, everybody waits for the answer. You give off an energy.
Yeah.
Now, my biggest problem
I mean,
with
that fits
EVPs
in
and the
with
things that I would like to
Yeah.
see happen
Yeah.
versus things that do happen. So EVPs are very interpretable.
Well,
They're hard to make out normally.
that kind of fits in with quantum theory, string theory, and parallel dimensions, like you talked about.
Sure. So
Shelby
there's some
Cooper,
things I would very,
tell
very
us a
much
little bit
like.
more.
Things that I would very, very much like to see happen with EVPs because I don't know where I for sure stand on them.
Yeah.
But double blind test would be one thing that I would very much like to see. For instance, having two ghost boxes, and there's no name for them, and I can't think what it is. The
Spirit box.
the guy that made them is who I'm trying to think of.
Xbox.
No, not that.
I actually brought my spirit box. tonight.
We want to see that if we got enough time. If everybody will hang around for a little bit, we'd do it.
Yeah.
So I can't think the guy that names, but anyhow, he made the first box and the first known, anyways. So one of the other things that I will totally put out there now that will actually contradict everything I just said is when you have. If you guys ever looked into the instances where you'll have a child that will have past life memories, and they'll be actually accurate. You know, they'll say, "Hey, I remember I lived here when I was in another life," or something like that.
Yeah.
And then so it's testable,
Yes.
it's factual, it happens. that kind of stuff blows my actual mind. I absolutely have. There's no explanation for that other than
there
it
is
could
no
actually happen.
explanation.
So in that regards, it's one of two things happening. Either A, there is a past life, a spirit involved that moves from time to time and is recycled, reincarnated, however you want to say it, an energy that moves from whatever. Or B, it goes back to timestamps and impressions of somebody that just somehow gets entangled in that, and they're remembering something that maybe it didn't necessarily happen to them, but it's somehow imprinted upon their energy.
Yeah.
So, again, I don't have no explanations for it. I listen to a lot of weird stuff, and it's all coming out now.
I think that, I mean, my personal opinion with spirits and ghosts and stuff like that, this is very akin to what you guys are talking about in terms of energy. And I think that there's positive and negative energy. And I think for the most part, like it all stays active somewhere, right? Whether that be in our dimension and another dimension.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, so this Netflix thing, when they talk about near-death experience, they talk about time just being like just zoomed out from time. Everything lasts an eternity and everything goes by in a flash, right?
Yeah.
Simultaneously. And time is a plane of dimension. So I am totally in on I mean, I guess I'm a believer. I guess that's what I'm saying. That.
Yeah.
And I do feel like a lot of my relatives are like there
with you, yeah,
with me, guiding
me. You can
me.
feel them. I mean, not really feel them, but I mean, you know their presence is there.
Yeah. So, you brought your ghost box?
Yes. You want
Okay.
I can go get it.
Well, we're gonna get your ghost box in a second, but we have some videos that you.
Yeah, I'd like for
sent?
Danny to talk about them.
Yeah. So.
Right.
I've got them here if you want.
What are we spilling tonight? Have we spilt anything tonight yet?
Wait a minute.
The night's young, Jared.
Not yet.
It is night. It is young. It is night too.
We usually spill something. Oh, there we go. We're spilling ectoplasm.
Ectoplasm. That sounds kinky and
I'll
bad.
drink to that.
All right, Danny, if you want to talk us through we've got 3 clips here that you sent us from
Yeah.
some paranormal activity. I think the first one. I've got if you want to.
I don't know if you can tell what it is from this.
Well, I want to say the first one is the lowest numbered room at the Crescent.
The Crescent.
383, I think is what it was.
Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs.
You guys may want to turn this up, put some headphones on. It's pretty light. It's going to be a little bit hard to hear. We're going to be muted while you're doing it, but
headphones would be best.
You might not hear much. I've listened to them a couple times, but it's really tough without having some fairly decent sound.
So tell me what we're about to hear. Maybe
it's just EVPs and things that we've picked up off my spirit box. Which a spirit box basically
we better talk how that works.
It creates white noise. It's basically it scans AM FM radio stations and creates white noise, and you can hear spirit communication over like 2 or 3 bands of radio wave. And
so how do you know that this isn't like
just interference? With your radio.
Because I'm sure that's not the case. But tell me, that's my first.
You do hear that in the spirit box, which when I bring it out, I can show you that it does pick up like local radio stations and things like that. But it's just a like thing, like you would hear. A lot of them are specific answers to your questions. I mean, you would hear it like.
So if you say
the coincidence of it happening, of the words coming through.
So if you say it's like, please tell me how you died in this room, you're not going to hear Sean Hannity say like I was shot in New York City today, or whatever it was. Like it's not like you're not hearing. Or you're not hearing the news on the quarter hour that says
10 million dead.
The
or
answer
something.
to your question, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not going to hear interference from a radio station. I use Sean as an example of like talk radio.
Yes.
Because like obviously, like I guess if you hear,
Yeah.
well,
And
I guess it's the same thing. Like if you hear Blake Shelton sing your answer to you, it's probably maybe not a ghost.
I mean, if somebody sings your answer to you, then it's probably going to be radio interference.
Yeah.
Just
okay. So that's where we're.
A lot of the answers will come through in the same voice, and like a lot of these you can hear come through in the same voice.
Okay. Jared, I want to get to that in just a second, the spook light in Joplin. But let's hear this clip from this is from the Crescent Hotel.
Crescent Hotel, Eureka
Crescent
Springs,
Hotel.
Arkansas.
Is there anything else we need to know about this, or just
Just me and one of my cousins and two of my friends that I work with went down there, and we spent the weekend, and
okay?
that's
Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna run it.
We'll listen to it, and then I can explain it.
We're gonna run a clip.
Did you say that? Did you just say that?
What?
Jesus. Did you say that? Yeah, I heard that. It was weird. I don't know where it comes from. It comes right from where you sit. Did you say, oh, Jesus? Did you just say something to us? Can you make the meter go off?
What is it?
I don't know. I don't know if that was... It felt like something tugged on my shirt this day.
I seen a shadow at the bottom of the door right
I'm like,
before
I don't know if
came.
it just caught on something. I don't know. It just felt like a quick, like that, just over here, and that was it. I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't prepared. I don't know if it caught. Maybe it caught on something, and I moved, and it could have caught in the corner. But
It's in the shadow at the bottom of the door.
That's whenever I pointed, and then right after I pointed, she jumped.
that is weird because I didn't even hear what she said. But it sounded like somebody said, "Oh Jesus!" right over here, right before that.
What happened?
Okay.
What happened?
So, what did we just watch? Because we didn't have the audio. You guys.
We didn't
had.
have the audio, but it was. There was just on the ghost box. There was several EVPs that came through, and one of my friends she actually felt like she got touched, like somebody rubbed her leg. And actually, earlier in that room, one of my other friends, he's a big conceal and carry guy, and he put when we checked into the room, he put his pistol into one of the drawers in the dresser, and the drawer kept coming open.
Yeah.
And we would close it, and it's not like it was like an old drawer. It was a more modern drawer that had like the lips where you had to.
He put his pistol in there.
Yeah, he put his.
So is that not frightening when you're like, hey, like I put a loaded weapon into this drawer and it keeps opening.
Coming open.
Like not the drawer with the Gideon's Bible in it, like the one with the pistol in it keeps opening. Like, is that not frightening? A little bit.
Well, I mean, it's a little bit weird. We jumped when it happened, but it didn't stop happening until he moved it to another drawer. I mean,
Okay.
Okay.
Jared from the Audio Roast podcast has a question. I said it was a question. It's more like a statement, but I'm just saying. No, it's
Okay.
it's a weird thing, right? So
It
you
is a
have a
weird
couple more
thing.
clips. Talk about the other clips real quick. What's the next one we got?
That should be the next room, 426 or
This is also
whatever.
this is
Yes,
also at the
it's
Crescent.
also at the Crescent. Yeah.
Okay. Are these all at the Crescent Hotel?
Now
No, the last one will
there's
not be.
one at Pepper Cemetery.
That's the last one.
Is that in
Yeah.
Windyville? Is that
Yes,
okay.
that's in Windyville.
Okay, so we got one
And
more from the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. We're gonna roll that now.
Are you a young child? Can you answer yes or no? Just a little bit. Little bit. How many spirits are here with us tonight? I say 11.
Does it bother you that we're in your room?
I just said yes when you did that.
EVPs that we caught from that room. We basically ask if there was anybody with us today, and or how many people was with us, and they said 11. And
Wait, 11 people in the room, or 11 people?
I assume 11 people in the room. But you've got to think the Crescent was originally, I mean, it was open for like the big rollers that came to,
Yeah.
because the Eureka Springs was open for its springs, for the like the healing of the springs. And
What do you know?
Well, that was the public facade about
Yes.
anyways.
And then after that, the Crescent was a like a girls' college or a girls'
I've gone to
Like
a
a
few of those.
dormitory or
But
Yeah.
Eureka Springs was built upon. They was doing
I've been to a few of those myself, buddy.
I remember. I gotta say, I remember doing the walk of shame at a girls' college while Hillary Clinton was giving a rally, like outside the door.
I've
Felt
snuck,
like a very weird.
I've snuck out of a few only girls'
Yeah.
dorms myself.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Oh,
So Eureka Springs
Anybody ever been in Nevada, Missouri?
primarily had a primarily they had an institution where they was doing kind of the lobotomy type thing. Where
Yeah,
they had
the
the crazy guy.
cancer
Yeah.
curable Baker
Yeah, so
Hospital.
they had all the rich people
which he
send all their
cured
people there.
Absolutely zero
Yeah.
people.
Well, did this used to be a?
So that's where like the most of the deaths came from.
Right.
And there's a morgue. We had a lot of, or we took a lot of pictures in the morgue, but we didn't get any findings or anything from them.
Yeah.
more?
So okay,
Oh, yeah,
sort of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the deal. So we heard at one point this building that we're in. We know for a fact it was a dentist and a doctor's office all the way on the top floor. The ground level floor that's ground level now.
That's a coffee shop.
Yeah, that's now a coffee shop was a pharmacy.
yeah.
And at one point.
In like the 50s and 60s, but
Yeah,
not before
so
that.
the floor that we're on now, which we call the basement, actually was level
Street
with
level.
the street.
Yeah.
Years and years ago, and you can see the old doors where they come in, and there's actually a room in the front of this, which if you guys have ever watched our live walkthrough, you'll see us stick our camera in through a hole in the wall. That's the floor that we're talking about. You know, you can see the door over where you used to come in.
It's the street level has raised a solid 8, 9, 10
Yeah,
feet.
it's 7, 8 feet. Yes. So
Nuts.
it's that building was, or that room was only accessible from the street level through a door that's no longer there, which is why the hole's knocked in the wall. And it goes back to another section. We were originally told at one point that they thought they stored, this was a cold storage down here for storing bodies and things like that. I don't actually think it was in this end. I think if that's true at all, it was that little room over there that has the back room behind it.
Yeah.
That would be my guess, because there's no reason to have there's no reason to have like 80 by 25 square feet room of, that's a lot of bodies. I guess is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So I think it's more than likely that, because that also would kind of explain the little hole for the window in the back of it for piping in cold.
That's fair.
And stuff. So yeah, I think if there was a morgue down here,
I think
that was it. I don't know
No.
if that was true or not,
That's
but it'd
it.
be cool to find out.
Patrick, I don't want Danny to bring his spirit box down here. I
Too
don't want-
fucking late.
Also, Jared. Yeah, you're right. You did hear the spirit say trade me beers.
So
Colby, cheers. Was that pineapple?
So
ice?
here's
I'll
the
tell you
thing
in a
with the spirit box. So you said the spirit said 11. I listened to that and I heard 1 is what I was hearing.
You heard one?
Yeah. So, and again, I didn't have the best speakers on it, but I heard him say, when you said how many people are here, to me, he said 1. And then you said, I heard 11. So I'm like, okay.
It very well could have said 1.
Well,
and that's just what I heard.
My point is how interpretive those are, and what I
Yes,
would love
yes.
to see. And I've listened to podcasts
And
where
that's
where
why
they've spent some money really cleaning those up, trying to figure them out. But after you've tweaked it so many times, you can almost make it sound like anything you want.
Yes.
So what I would love to see sometime is, say, 2 recorders sitting in a room side by side,
Yeah.
or
pick-
even like
to pick
over
up-
here and over
Yes.
here.
To
And
pick up
I've-
the same
I've-
frequencies.
Right.
I've got 2 voice recorders that we wear them around our necks, and one of them, whoever wears one of them, I always make them carry the spirit box just so it can pick up what's off of it, and the other one just picks up like EVPs that don't come through the spirit box, because we've had a few of those too.
Okay, so and do you ever get the same, like both of them at the same time make the
Yes.
same noise?
Yeah, some of them do make the same noise, but sometimes they don't. I mean, sometimes we'll pick up one off on one and not on the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But I do love for other people to listen to my stuff and give me their interpretation of it. Because like you said, I mean, you heard 1 and I heard 11.
Yeah,
and-
I will admit I always struggle with those. Every time anybody's give me an EVP or played an
Which,
EVP, I
well,
never hear what they hear.
Can't the spirits just be more clear? Can we
that's
not just?
right.
Will-
Can't they be more clear?
This
what
is why
I'm
I go
always-
back
Why
to
don't they
thinking-
have a printing press where they could just slam up bumper stickers and we can all know what they're saying?
This is why I go back to thinking it maybe is more
no,
parallel
Patrick,
universe.
absolutely not. We will not do a live thing because I have to work down here on a regular basis. I don't want to know what's around me. I don't want to know that. Right
Okay,
now,
so
I know
as
there's
I-
a lot
You
of
don't-
good
you don't
As
have
whiskey.
I told Danny
Good tequila.
beforehand,
You don't have to be here when we do it.
Yeah, but
We
yeah,
can do one.
and just
we
do
got
this. Like I don't want to know what you found. I don't want to know. I don't want to know anything.
so as I
Kennedy
told Danny
Boulevard at?
beforehand, we need to do one down here one time, but we're gonna have
I
to look out a
agree.
while because
I
he is
agree.
not going to tolerate
And
it. So
I've got a friend that she's kind
In
of
1910,
she attracts
Morgue
stuff like
was
that.
at 112 Kennedy Boulevard. February. I'm wondering if 73.
It might be.
I'm trying to put some validity to the fact that there was a morgue here.
There might have been more here. So we've got one more video, right? This is
Yeah.
from Windyville.
Yeah, and actually, before you play this one has it'll have a section of video, and then it will have the pictures that I took in the video, and you can see like a little ring. We talk about a tree in there, and you can see at the bottom of the tree, you can see like a ring, like an anomaly ring at the bottom of it.
looks like a bubble.
Yeah, it
Okay.
kind of looks like a bubble.
This is out of Windyville.
This is at Windyville at
Which-
Pepper Cemetery.
Windyville is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in the
Yeah.
United States, next to
I've got
Gettysburg.
a
Yeah.
lot of activity at
Yeah.
There's a
Windyville.
lot of
Next to
people.
Gettysburg,
There's
this is one of the most popular
there's
haunted
a
spots in
tomato
the United
camera.
States.
Cannery at
Windyville.
Windyville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
Fuck if I know. Just is. A lot of activity.
because of stuff like this.
Last time we were here, we didn't get any EMF stuff either. So that's say get out. EMF stuff.
It's whatever she saw over there. I left it right here. It's something over there. It's right where she saw that. And it's pulling like you wouldn't believe.
It has to do with that tree. I'm getting some like weird like
Was it close to the tree?
yeah, it
kinda
was like
behind.
back behind it almost. A little to like the left.
Do you want us to communicate with you today?
So
Oh, that's weird.
Oh, we mean
Yeah, I
skins
mean,
don't go crazy. All right, there we
like
go.
my cousin, she said she seen something over by that tree, and then I take pictures of it, and you see the little like the round anomaly.
Yeah, it looks like a dandelion to me.
It
When it
does,
pops
yeah.
up, it's kind of a thing, sort of bubble shaped.
Yeah.
Well, so I mean,
But also that night, I mean, we talked about like the feelings and stuff. Like that was the only night that I ever felt like I was like drained or anything. Like
Never talk about your feelings. Ever.
if you do, they'll make fun of it on Taste Buds.
Or you become a
They
songwriter.
will.
So what's your next like spirit hunting, ghost hunting, paranormal investigation? Where's your next thing that you're
Taste Bud.
excited to go to?
Taste Bud Studio.
I'm saying that the basement of Maple and Maine. That would be the next one.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that to me?
We can do it at my house, but as far as I know, there's only one person died there, so I don't think it's that big of a deal.
It's
We
ridiculous.
could. I mean, I would love to do like.
Answer me this: why is it? It's so attractive to do it in a morgue or a graveyard. Nobody died there. It's just where the bodies was brought at one point. I don't think there's any more activity in a morgue than there would be at a house that say.
Well,
That's exactly right, and
So-
it's hard to find places to go to do like paranormal investigation because you can get good stuff during the day, but you've got the fear factor at night. I mean
Right.
that's basically why you want to go at night is because of the fear factor. I've got a lot of good stuff.
I don't
during
know if it's
day.
the fear factor or that your senses are heightened because of that.
because
Yeah.
it's so
It
dark.
could be,
Yes.
yes. And
Yeah, I mean, that's the way that I feel,
That's a
because
lot
you're
of the
just like-
reason
You're
why.
so alert. You're just
Yeah.
like,
That's a lot of the reason why you want to do it at night. And I mean, I'm content with doing it during the day myself, but like a lot of my friends want to do it at night, and it's hard to find like cemeteries and things like that will allow you to do it.
I mean,
during the
is it?
night.
Well, I got a cemetery for you that I was laying flowers at the week before Memorial Day because my mom likes to put the flowers out a week before, so the people putting flowers out
well, mom,
can see the
can
flowers.
see the flowers. And
well, flowers are definitely
it's
for the
Powell
living. So
down there on off K Highway, or 32 around K.
just past K.
Anyway, we were driving down there. We put flowers on. roll back. A gal from New Jersey stops us on the road about a quarter mile off the highway or so. Stops us, pulls us over, and goes, I don't know why I'm here. I just felt compelled to drive to Missouri, the Ozarks. She's like, is there a cemetery down here with like a big oak tree and like a red gate? And I mean, she described like the cemetery at the time. And all of
Yes,
us,
but that's Ladderball's place.
no, it is. No, I know.
No, I know right what you're talking about.
Like I know. Well, I mean, that's where my ancestors are buried, you know. And like literally, we're like, all of us were like, yep. And we just drove on, and she just went on past. So, like, I mean, I do think that there are energy pools or whatever you want to say that coalesce in certain areas. Anyway, all that to say, maybe you should check out Powell.
Well, at what you was talking about in Windyville, you go down, cross over the bridge down there in the bottom on the gravel road.
Yeah.
And after you go past it, you start going up the hill. You know, there's graves all along that roadside, all the way up that hill.
Really going up towards
Going out.
You're going
out the other way towards the east.
Yeah.
Yes, I just graveled that road with my business. I work in the county here, but there are tombstones all along that road, about every 100 yards or so. You just have to look about 15 foot in, and there's some on the left, but most of them's on the right. And you drive up that hill, and you'll look, and you'll see tombstones all up that hill, all the way till you get to the top.
I'll have to check
So
that
next,
out.
next time you go down there, because I was just down there with Jerry Brown. Shout out Jerry Brown, Dallas County Commissioner, used to be.
Anyways, hey, all right, guys. I think we're going to start to get this wrapped up just a little bit. We've been going for way longer than we meant to. However, that being said, Colby, your ride's here. I just seen your guys.
Yeah, he's
show
been
up.
here a while.
Lyle's making fun of me because I've had this beer on the table for the last 3 weeks in a row trying to get it drank.
And you know what? What a more appropriate beer to have on this night, talking about ghosts.
Evermore Jesus. Big
I didn't even make that connection, but here we go. So we are going to wrap up, but I am going to crack this beer. It's Evil Twin Brewing, which is one of my absolute favorite breweries ever.
Fantastic brewery. Yeah.
And this is a big one. I don't remember what
about
it
Big
was.
Butter Jesus?
This is a 12.
Lord.
This is a 12% beer. I'm going to split up with these four here, and we're going to kind of shut this thing down. So if you want to wind it down, Danny, thank you so much for coming in here tonight. He's got his glass right off the butt.
Lyle gives me a lot more beer than I give him.
Thank you for coming in. We appreciate you. I know we were going to have you back. You said we're going to have an IPA in the spring.
Yeah.
So we're going to get with that. And then next week, guys, I'm going to be out of studio. Lyle's still going to be here. And then
thank you.
So I won't be in studio, but Lyle will still be here. And all things willing, Colby and I are going to be live streaming in, and hopefully we'll get to join you guys, and we'll have a special off the road. We're going to keep it a secret.
I'll be here with Jared Cross.
We're going to cross our fingers, assuming
he doesn't have a baby.
Yeah. If he has a baby, he'll be here. If he don't have a baby, it's an iffy thing because she's due any minute. So we'll see.
Is that the stipulation?
I don't know if he can commit to being here if she hasn't had that baby.
Oh, that's
because
fair.
The baby's coming on Sunday, so don't worry about it. That's my birthday.
So's the Chiefs.
We will see.
Yes.
Is that what they're doing?
That's what they're doing.
All right. Danny, thanks so much for being here. Guys, thanks so much for joining us. Join us next Monday. Who the hell knows what we'll be talking about.
See if the audio works next Sunday.
Yeah, I'll do my best. You won't be here.
I won't be
here.
It's all online.
We're going to be talking about mojitos.
Yeah, we will.
Yes.
All right. Until next time.
Whether it be the super dark beer you're drinking that has something to do with spirits,
the mojito that you're looking forward to drinking,
the beer you're brewing,
or the people you're meeting, grab a buddy and try something new.
That was lame.
I know. Well, I was working on it.
You were so lame.
Damn, that's a good beer.
God,
see you guys.
good.
I love that.